everyone, and welcome to the Red Valkyrie Presents. Man,
Hello.
This is the most pioneer woman shirt I could have ever found. Holy
Little
fuck.
House on the Prairie.
Right? Okay, no, here's the sad thing, Jason, to let you
Yes.
know. I picked this up today. Like, this isn't rummaging in Grandma's closet. I went to Target.
Did you?
Target.
Oh, no.
Target
Just for
has this. I don't know what to say. I don't know what's happening with fashion anymore, but all right, here we are. Look, is Shae cooking beans in a Dutch oven? I know. I am so. All right, to be perfectly fair, this shirt does actually stop right here. This is
Dutch oven.
a second part of a shirt, but even still, like, I don't know what we're doing.
It was two shirts for $5.
They were on extreme discount. Anyway, I am, of course, Shae the Red. I've got my host, co-host, Alex, aka CY.borg Valkyrie. How you doing, Alex?
I am doing awesome. Just taking a moment to ban somebody on Twitch.
I saw that. Thank you. And of course, we're here with the amazingly unique creator, and I say that simply because I don't know how the motherfuck you came up with this idea, but we're here with Jason. How are you doing, sir?
Very good. Thank you for
Awesome.
having me.
Absolutely, absolutely, and I'm glad that we were able to get you in while you still have about 2 weeks left. So anyone who hasn't checked this out, he's in his last 2 weeks and he hasn't quite hit goal yet, and that is unacceptable. Because I need this in my life.
Do it.
Like,
Totally.
so
Me too.
before we go to you doing your pitch, we're gonna watch the trailer because I need other people to know that they also need it in their lives. And yes, Apex Comic, this is Pioneer Woman with a Mouth Like a Sailor. Welcome to Red Valkyrie. How y'all doing? Fucking assholes. All right, here we
Buy
go.
it. Buy it now.
Countless miles away from the ocean, Slade struggles to survive from one pocket of water to another. Weak and weary, he's dragged to the ring, forced to fight in a vicious blood sport where animals are pitted against each other for entertainment. There, he faces off against the unruly hyena Kilroy and a hulking gorilla named Leopold. During their fights, unbeknownst to all, contact with Slade's blood alters Kilroy and Leopold's consciousness. Can Slade win over his newly awakened opponents? Will he break away from his chains? Can he continue to endure outside of his element? Should he escape death, one thing is certain. A cruel life awaits him in the unforgiving Wild West. If you appreciate good storytelling, captivating characters, a solid production, action, adventure, and mystery, this comic book is for you. My name is Jason Orfalas, a professional of 25 years as artist and writer. Much planning went to this project, and I have experience in every stage of producing a comic book. Your contribution will make this dream project a reality. Thank you for listening, and good luck on your own adventure.
Hell to the yes. Octopus on a horse without being sexual. Amazing. I know, right? You guys don't understand
Look.
how much we need this in the world.
The bond between an octopus and a horse is a complex thing. We don't need to get into it.
I just love, like, I see the way that you've kind of like drawn the hyena instantly makes me think of Harley's hyenas. So instantly I'm like, Harley Quinn saves them and they're already a little fucked in the head because, you know, they were basically in like Animal Thunderdome.
Yes.
And then you have the gorilla, and his consciousness gets altered, and then Six Gun Gorilla, and all of a sudden it's like, well, it all just makes sense. This is just where everybody started.
See, it fits together. It's not as
It does.
confusing as you think.
No, I'm on board. The confusing part is you took an aquatic animal. Yeah, because they use his face cover so no one will recognize him.
Right?
Exactly.
There could have been trouble.
There is that other octopus that is a bad guy that, you know, is wanted.
It was
it's
all
not
done
this
by the
one.
great grandfather of Dog Ock. That's what it was.
I just find it hilarious that you were like, I really want to draw an octopus because they're cool looking and they're really smart and people underestimate them.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put him in the fucking desert.
Is that a fucking tomahawk in one of his hands?
It is.
So he's got a six gun, a Winchester rifle, and
Yeah.
a tomahawk.
He's look.
Yeah.
Why would you fuck with
yeah.
something that can hold 8 things?
He's got more guns like on his arms, like because of the suction cups, so he doesn't really need the holster.
That
So he has
oh my
more.
gosh, that is genius. I especially love this. I'm riding into town with a very big hat, but you
I need that
cannot
hat.
discern any body until you get to tentacles. It's like
Oh,
they'll
yes.
never know it's me.
So when he gets into the saloon, there's a hat rack, right? And his hat covers the whole rack.
Yes, I love it.
Dude, it's so insane, but it
Yes.
presents so much story and scenes and everything.
Okay, so you give us your pitch of Octopus Cowboy because I'm in love with this so much.
Okay, here's the pitch. Slade is a highly evolved Pacific octopus endowed with an intelligent spirit. Captured by humans, he's forced to fight other animals for entertainment. His captor and caretaker is Charlie Knox, a disgraced and disfigured ex-fighter. After what should have been a highly profitable match, Charlie is cheated out of his payment. Now he has no choice but to return to the town where he fell from grace and risk it all in a high-stakes bout that Slade can't possibly win. Now, if you think about it, this creature captured from the sea, highly evolved and just recently endowed with this intelligent spirit, so he's aware. Captured by a human, what is he like? He's like an infant. He has no idea of humanity, mankind. So all of a sudden, when he's thrust into this competition where you have to kill not for food, it's confusing. It becomes more than predator versus prey. So it becomes about animal cruelty and man versus beast. Also, he's never met a human before, and the one that takes care of him is the worst possible one he could find, or that could have found him. How will he evolve? How will that experience imprint on him when he gets free?
That's so sad.
It is very sad.
It is very, very sad. Oh my gosh. Well, and so here's the funny that has to be,
Yay.
is that Frequency Girl? Because I feel like that's, if it's Neff being mean. Yeah, I bet he cheats at playing cards.
He'd be an awesome dealer.
I heard he has an
Right.
ace up his sleeves.
He doesn't have sleeves.
It doesn't.
Yeah, so the thing that I think is funny, like I love kind of like learning about octopuses and everything, like if
Octopi.
it's weird. It just sounds wrong to say. But there's so many different studies that have been done. Like there was somebody who was going through an aquarium on a tour and they came across the octopus tank and they were like, this thing was like padlocked shut, and they were like, why did you padlock shut the octopus tank? And they went, for real, the octopus learned the guards' night routes, like observed them, knew when they were gone, how long they'd be gone for, when they would come back, and he used to pop open the tank, climb out, go over to one of the other fish tanks, snack on the other fishes, come back in to his tank and shut the lid, and then just be like, nothing happened. And they were like, why are all of our fish like, we just keep losing fish, and it's not like they die, they don't float to the top, there's just nothing there.
Isn't that amazing?
They couldn't figure it out until they watched the freaking security footage and watched this octopus do this every night because he paid attention to when the guard was gone. They're phenomenally brilliant. They
Perfect candidate for such a book.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And so the fact that you were like, I'm putting him in the desert, and I was like, you know what? An octopus would still figure out how to live. Like, it would be difficult, but they would fucking manage.
Yeah, he survives. An actual octopus can actually survive. Amazing enough, 8 minutes on land.
Wow.
So, but yeah, because he's transformed. He can survive a little bit longer, like a whole day. But it's still his weakness.
Yeah.
A huge weakness is dehydration. So that's why he has that bandana and that poncho wrapped around him, a big hat, and a damp clothing as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
He can't stay far away from the river, so he has a weakness. So,
gosh, and I can't even explain what it is about your art and your color choices, but it's one of the most, if you're into like westerns and you're into the kind of like gunslinger shoot 'em up sort of like aesthetic, there's something about the way that you've done this that is just so unbelievably satisfying to that. Like,
thanks.
This makes me feel like I'm gonna go and be like, I'm gonna fire up every old West movie I ever watched with my dad and like just watch them all again, because it gives you that kind of yearning for it, you know?
I listen to like Ennio Morricone, the spaghetti western soundtracks while I do this. Like almost every single day, I fire it up and along with other music. So
that's awesome. So you got Octopus drinks lots of water at the bar. Now I smell mildewed blankets. I can see that, but see, it would really just be when he took it off, because if he's got multiple layers, the top layer dries out. The other layers are kind of protected from it, at least a little bit. So you wouldn't start smelling like calamari type scent until they all came off and he was like, all right, we're fighting. You'd be like, oh gosh, what's that smell? Oh, what's happening? Like, my eyes are watering. Oh no, eight arms are firing at me now. Like, that's
ink.
It's his it's one of his advantages that he has, is he's like, I may be far from water, but I know I stink. So just throw everything off and you won't be able to see.
That's another defense.
Exactly. Gosh, oh, I fucking love this. I
see
swear.
that's him taking a bath in the horse trough.
Horse trough.
Trough, yeah, out of a bar.
Oh my gosh! Look, and then I just made Past Master Dan throw up. Starts like a brothel in the tropics. Oh, Pedro. And yes, squid are inferior, by far. My gosh. Okay, so I really want to know, how in the hell did you come up with, I'm gonna do a spaghetti western with an octopus?
Ooh, it started last year, actually, before this whole COVID thing. And I started calling messaging friends how they were doing, and because it's like information is just flying from everywhere, nobody knows what's going on. And I asked a friend of mine who worked with me in the studio, and then I asked, because he loves comics, never had the time or never got the chance to do comics, but amazing artist, just amazing work, and I respect like his body work. But he's in advertising, and I thought to myself, what kind of book would you like to do? What genre? And he said, for a comic book, he said westerns. So I lit up because I love westerns, or detective noir. And right after I messaged him, because I wanted to come up with a character for him to just go and take it and see, just give it, see how he runs with it. And I didn't want to draw comics anymore. I stopped for many years. Actually, I moved on to another industry. So after 2 minutes, it popped into my head, and it just
What
popped
is
in
a
my head.
Western that hasn't been done? I know.
Yeah, and I sketched it out. It's actually here. I offered it as a sticker, and I tried to make him human, like put him on a sheriff's outfit, sleeves, pants. I'm like, that's ridiculous. Why make it? Why choose an octopus when you're gonna try to make it human? It's just it's it's even more ridiculous. It's already ridiculous,
I
right?
just gotta say,
That's one. That's the one.
I love that you're like, I tried putting him in like a sheriff's outfit, and I thought to myself, that's ridiculous. Not that it's an octopus is riding a horse in a Western. That you put him in a sheriff's outfit. That was too far.
Now we're going too far. That's too far.
Oh my gosh,
No,
I'm so
that would be best.
Oh, he
I mean,
smokes.
you get
He
it
smokes,
as a
he smokes a
sticker.
pipe.
Look at the sticker. Look at this shit. He's got two tentacles through the pant legs.
See, yeah. So I'll probably draw that scene.
Oh my gosh. Please do.
It would. I thought about that.
That sticker would make a great patch. That
would.
sticker is very detailed for a patch. If we were going to do, this is what I'm telling you. If I had a choice on what you would have as a patch, it would either be something like that without the bars,
Ah,
or fucking draw this a little bit simpler, or put like
Simpler,
a
yeah.
circle around it or something and do that as a patch, because him with
would be
all
cool.
of his I've got to hide so they don't know it's me is the funniest fucking thing in the world. I love it, and I would love to see, like, you have so much beautiful fucking art like this.
yeah.
Some of this stuff would be just so fucking amazing. But
Yeah,
in total reality, that's probably the easiest thing to do as a patch, to be your logo, and it would be badass.
Okay.
Throwing it out.
Yes. So I. So it's ridiculous, this and that. I didn't take
I
it
love it.
seriously, but then I made another piece of artwork, which the one you suggested should be a patch. That one.
Uh-huh.
Every time I had a doubt, anytime I had a doubt, I would just look at that artwork, and I said, I gotta do this. I gotta do this. And so going back to my friend, I was gonna give it to him, but I thought, how would he do it? How would we fund it? How would it come out? And he has a regular job that that pays the bills, and I give him this. When is he gonna have the time to even do it?
Right.
So I just kept drawing and sketching it out, developing it, not through writing, but through drawing it as a book already. So I was way ahead. I got 52 or so pages already of it. That's how I developed it. And
That's awesome.
I wasn't able to use any of those. I said, okay, that's good, but that's not the story. So,
Right.
so here I started again. And I'm up to like 107 roughed out, I think, right now.
Holy
107
shit.
pages roughed out.
You know what would be a really cool stretch goal, and granted, I know we got to get to funded first, which is the biggest thing I need y'all to know. You got to help get this funded, because I'm going to cry and also riot with Aerith if this isn't funded. Like, there will be fire in the streets. It might be small because I don't want to get arrested, but it'll be there. But something that would be a cool stretch goal in the future would be if you have those original roughed out pages that was the very beginning birth. Putting those down, even if you only did it like in small, so they're like mini page, so you just have like 4 to a regular comic size page, but so people could kind of see how you developed this, because it is so unique, and so just so beautifully done. Like, I don't know how, but you made me like actually really sympathize with an octopus. I feel so bad for him. Like, he's over here tying up his tentacles after a fight, and I'm like, poor boy. Like,
after and before another fight.
Yes. See, exactly. Look, Aerith, blood will flow. Global
There will be
frequency,
blood.
crying riots. Fire, Shae just burn popcorn in your microwave. No, it's got to be flames. Like, someone has to be like, that's a concern. And then, I'll dump a bucket of water on it or something. Comics Mate says there is an 8 instead of 6 shooter joke in here somewhere. I know it. American Discord said I'd buy the hell out of a toy of this, but it has to include the horse.
Oh,
and he's
someday.
like, the octopus would have 172 points of articulation.
I already highlighted that.
I know, but we didn't say it, and I needed it to be said. I already highlighted
Hey.
that. Oh my goodness. So you have an insane amount already done.
Are those the layouts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. That's the snapshot of the finished page. Everything done so far.
It's 100 and
A lot of those are
cover to 107. That is crazy. So if you had to say, like, percentage wise, so you're doing everything, right? Like, you're writing, you're drawing, you're coloring, you're all of it.
Yeah.
Good hell, that is insane. How much would you say you have, like, done, completely done?
Maybe about 18% colored and inked.
Awesome.
And on the inks, way more than that.
Yeah.
But as they are colored and inked, the lettering is there already. Can't see it there, but that takes a lot of time also in editing and proofreading that. I'm trying to finish it way before May of next year. Way
Look
before.
at this. Shelby's saying Jason's just showing off at this point. And you actually have a couple of interesting.
It's fun to do.
Oz is saying you need a black and white version, which could be a very cool.
The line art here.
Yeah, for sure. Because it's just gorgeous. Like, I love the colored version, but that's because it has the perfect amount. Like, you found a way to do kind of the washed out watercolor without it all getting like pastel and gross. Like, you kept it like still really saturated, but still very much watercolor with that kind of imperfections and the texture built in, and it's gorgeous. I love it.
I kind of like that old school coloring where it's not that many colors, but it's just because they really pop out way before, way back then.
Yeah.
And just add more details to that, not too desaturated that it loses a little bit of fun in it. It's still that kind of story.
Absolutely. And then you have Aerith over here saying, if someone does a 3D file for Jason, I will donate resin and our resin printers free of charge so he can open another tier.
He's too awesome.
That, I'm just saying,
I mean,
that would be fucking amazing.
Thank you.
I wish that I had more time, because I really want to make a plushie of him, because he's just so, like I said, he's so fucking cute, but also, like, I feel so bad for him. I feel like I'd have to do a plushie, though, where at least one tentacle was wrapped. Like, has to be wrapped up and be like, that's the one where the tip got bit off.
Just the
Fine,
tip.
though. Just the tip. He was too quick with the other 7 arms he has. And Matt Bear says, I'm excited for him and this book. Love Octopi, right? So you had, for a starting goal, 6,000. That is a rougher one to hit when you're kind of breaking into the indie side of things.
Yeah.
That being said, you've done very good so far, and I am utterly shocked that is not over 100, because this is one of the most unique stories that has just enough of that, like, being taken seriously.
And let me be clear, he started about 45 days ago. So this is really
this is
on
actually the last 15
or
14. This is it. This is the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Okay, so Sai understands this. If somebody came up to either one of us and said, and this actually happened before we looked at your campaign, they were like, "You guys have to get the guy on for Octopus Cowboy," and I was like, "What the fuck did you just say to me?" They were like, "Octopus Cowboy," and I was like, "Is it like a dude that like is really into like calamari or something? Like, what's going on?" They were like, "No, there's an octopus."
Pet.
Like, right, like we were like, how is it? Is it because he fires so fast they call him the octopus? And they were like, it's an octopus riding a horse. And I'm pretty sure it was actually Matt that told us, if I'm remembering correctly. But he's like, it's an octopus riding a horse, and I was like, that sounds horrific, and like it's going to be the worst thing in the world.
And then I looked at it.
And then we clicked on it, and I was like, "Sai, we have to get him on!" Like immediately.
I was like, "Yeah, do it, do it now."
It's funny because as you were saying that, I'm trying to imagine somebody who just saw somebody like that, who just saw this in like the Wild West, right?
Yeah.
No, it's an octopus on a horse.
On a horse.
That's the scene. That's it.
It'd be like,
The people don't believe it.
no, everyone would be like, "Stop drinking so much whiskey," and you'd be like, "I've only had a bottle. I swear to you."
Oh, elbow.
I'm still within the silverish range for me.
It's just so crazy.
I don't know who it is. He had a mask.
Yeah, I couldn't make him out. He was a masked bandit of an octopus on a horse.
Blue fingers. That's all I know. Blue fingers.
Unhinged said first or second month, and then came back with, "You just answered it." So this is it. This is it.
I'm not
want
highlighting
everyone-
that, Pedro. That'll get us in trouble.
Probably. So
Do you see it?
Jay is saying, so we can't add on other books to the perk before checkout. So I don't know how familiar
Add-ons?
you are with
Yeah.
Indiegogo.
Yeah.
A lot of people, like, for example, me and Sai, normally I'll back for both of us, and so I'll back a tier that, you know, I want or that Sai wants, and then add on a book if that's an option. It could be a way for you to get a little bit more, because it is a benefit for the backers because it saves them a bit on shipping, but it benefits you because it's more money.
Yeah. So
For
many
those
things
of
I've
us who
learned on
don't
this campaign.
Quite
Yeah, that's-
want 5.
Yeah, exactly. You know, sometimes people want to build their own. I don't know. Okay, so let's go through your tiers and kind of see what you got going on and see if we can't get some other people interested in backing this bad boy, because this is amazing. All right, so your featured perk is Once Upon a Time in the West. Tell us about that one.
Once Upon a Time in the West. It's everything that I have available. It's three books, one main cover. The 2 variants are included. 3 trading cards, sticker, bookmark.
Awesome. And these are big books, guys. These aren't like, this isn't some 40-page book. This is
107 pages.
We are well
Interior
over 100.
is consistent with the cover.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to be more than 107. I'm probably going to add a little bit more pages just because of pacing.
Oh my gosh, that's insane. All right, so that is $100 for over 300 pages, plus a bookmark, plus a sticker, plus the trading cards. I'm just saying, it's a lot, guys. It's a ton. Okay. And then we have, for everyone who doesn't want to pay shipping or doesn't have room for, you know, some phone books in their house, I understand. Oz Great Sage says, I backed that tier. Great value. I agree.
Thank you.
The featured tier. Western Tentacle Blasting Comic Book Magic. It's a mouthful, Lloyd, but I appreciate you typing it out for us.
Much enthusiasm.
All the enthusiasm. Okay. Yeah, so $15 for the PDF. And then we've got... So this is your main cover.
That's it. For 25.
I still can't get over I've actually seen an octopus on a horse now.
I know.
And it makes
Yeah.
sense.
Your life is better for it.
It is. Like a lot. Okay. For a few dollars, I love your titles for these. You're like, well, it's just a fistful of dollars or a few
Oh my
dollars
God.
more.
Shae, you do
Yeah,
know that
Sergio
those are
Leone
Old West
movies, Clint Eastwood.
Shut up.
This is the Dollars trilogy,
It
the Man
makes
with
me
No Name
happy.
trilogy.
Shae doesn't know.
It fits.
So I don't remember the name of all the old westerns I watched with my dad. So sue me. I was a
Shae's been sued.
What?
Canceled.
Uh-oh. Oh, she's canceled. She's going to come back stronger.
She's giving me the very ladylike dual fingers of that.
Uh-oh.
That's a fistful of fuck yous.
Exactly. All right. So for a few dollars more, we get the close-up of the masked bandit that we can't possibly tell who it is.
Who was that masked man?
Now I just want like a spoof T-shirt of him doing the John Cena "You Can't See Me" in the Masked Bandit with one tentacle. The octopus of no name. The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Wow, wow.
I'm actually really shocked that didn't make it anywhere in your trailer. I'm sure it's copyrighted.
It's
but
copyrighted the shit out of.
You never know.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just throw it in there real quick. No one will notice. All right. So then we have your variant cover B.
Yes.
Okay, so this one is coming with the sticker, but this one is coming with the 3 trading cards. Okay.
Yep.
So that's, aside from the art being different, that's the other big difference for you guys. Wow, you made this real straightforward. And then you have the Wild Bunch. So 5 copies.
Yeah, for retailers. Yeah, I just made it as simple as I could.
Awesome, awesome. So, one question that I know people would probably love to see, but because you're the one doing everything, it would actually be a little time consuming for you.
Yeah.
Sketch cards or anything like that where you can get a copy of the book and some original art, even if it's smaller. Have you considered doing anything like that?
I have original art. I have
Do
the
you?
sketch cards. That it goes back to that because I'm doing everything by myself.
Right.
I really am tight on the time. Even me sketching something just to promote and to post outside of an artwork outside of the book will take much time away from me doing that book. And yes, for this campaign, it would do a lot better with all that stuff. But I know, and it's obvious that when the book comes out, and I fulfill that, and the next book, the second one, because it's a series, will do even better. So for me, that's what I'm trying to get to.
Right.
Yeah, because starting out this campaign, I didn't know anybody. I mean, really, I just get these invites. It was fantastic. So I'm just so focused on that. Get the book out early. Get it out early. Everything outside of that, I have to seriously consider before I even do it. Yeah.
I wholeheartedly agree with Luke. He said, I have to admit, for what sounds like an almost silly concept, this book looks rad as hell. Beautiful work. Like I said, you made it to where I have just fully accepted that there is an octopus out there with a bandito mask and a million different kinds of weapons riding on a horse, and I'm like, yeah, and like, what happens next? I'm already in. I already am down for this ridiculous ride. Let's see where it goes.
That's the thing. As I kept saying, if I didn't want to draw comic books anymore because I knew what it took. And my eyes are not as good as they were never that good really, but I know what it takes to make a good comic book. I know the work that it takes, and so when I did this, I had to reconcile the fact, especially that it's a series, that this is gonna take years away from my life. but it became my life, and I love doing it. I love doing it. I love drawing it. You can't. When I wake up in the morning, I can't wait to draw and finish it, and I do it the whole. I'd never drawn an octopus before.
Well, you've
Probably
done
less
very
than
well.
10 times in my life. Probably never. Probably less than 5 times. And horses, I dreaded drawing horses. And guns like this, that takes so much time. And I'll have
you
to look at the reference and see how it works.
You really just went, okay, let's take everything that I'm uncomfortable doing and let's put it all in one book, and then let's
How about sand?
murder it.
Dust.
Did you like
It's
sand?
everywhere.
Was sand fun to draw before this?
Gets on the pencils, the inks, it's everywhere.
All right, so did you say you actually do have some original art from this book?
Well, I started doing original art because I figured I have to help the campaign out and
Right.
see. I'll see if I could sell it. So
So
I did mostly digital, but
So-
lately
you're
I have
in your
original.
final 2 weeks, right? And past Master Dan, we'll get to your question in just a second, but I wanted to get to Corventus's question first. So he was saying, would you consider offering any original art like ink over or anything like that? So what I would say is, if you're in your final 2 weeks and you have any original art, even if it's just these are the roughs for the page that I'm working on traditionally, or this is a page that I will print out blue line and hand ink over by the time of fulfillment, anything like that, put it up on your campaign now and put it up for a good price point, because like you said, it takes time, effort, it's time away from the book and away from the campaign, but it is also those higher tier items that can really help your campaign grow quicker. So you've got 74 backers and they're fantastic. But you have, if you're looking at your numbers that you have a lot of them that are doing like the single book, right? And you actually have a decent amount that have done your featured tier. You've got 13 that have done the featured, but there's 8 here, there's 30 here, there's 16, there's 4. So you've got people that are hitting these smaller areas, and that's why that 74 isn't quite bumping you up enough.
Mm-hmm.
Getting a couple of those higher tiers that you can put at 150, 250, that have some of that original art, doing some sketch cards, so you can do more than just your $100 feature tier. If somebody backs that, they're like, well, I don't want to back that again, because then I'm going to have 6 books and they're huge and they're all the same book, just different colors, and I will have 2 of every cover, and so getting in those sketch cards and stuff, if it's a sketch card in a book, you can easily do that for $100, and that's a really good deal for people. You're doing a sketch card, which isn't super huge for you, but that's still original art. So things to think about, especially because you're in your last 2 weeks and you have, what is that? A little less than $2,200 to go. So to make sure that you hit that goal, that might be something. If it's something that you can make the time for, that might be something to help get you there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, past Master Dan, because Sai is hell-bent on this question getting answered. Do you show a scene where the octopus has to sign with Native Americans? It's like, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah.
Maybe book 2.
Yeah, you will honor that signature, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe in book 2 you'll see him trying to communicate and pass a peace pipe or something like.
That's another wealth of research to dive into right there. I mean,
He
That's a
does
lot,
smoke
yeah.
a pipe,
a
so
lot. Yeah. He'll smoke a pipe with him, right?
and Octopus goes on a vision quest.
Your turn to speak. Go ahead, speak. But he doesn't speak, so
Octopus
he
vision
just smokes
quest.
the whole pipe.
Oh my gosh, an octopus vision quest.
Yes. Who would his spirit animal be?
That's funny. I don't know. I don't know.
That
Could be
is
a
one hell of a
human.
question. A
It'd
person.
be backwards. a person.
I feel like
That
it's a
would be
little girl in a
hilarious.
white dress.
Everybody
and
has a
he's like,
spirit
"This is
animal. Then he
weird."
says, I have a spirit man.
That's some strong pipe weed. Oh my gosh. Good hell, this is absolutely beautiful. So you said that this is a series. In a perfect world, everything gets funded. How many books in this series are you thinking?
Lots.
Lots.
Ooh. Like I said, years
I like that.
of my life. Because I want to take advantage of the long comic book format, the great medium that it is. So you invested in characters and story, and people talk about manga nowadays, but it's not really a new trick. You just you just give as many pages and panels as possible for the story to just flourish. And even fight scenes takes 15 pages long, and that's what they do. That's how you do it.
But that's what makes them interesting and fun to read. Sumo Thori says the Spirit Man would be Clint Eastwood, of course.
Perfect.
Pedro said, "Chief, did you notice there's an octopus among us? We must cut down on smoking." Oh my gosh, and this is horrible. He should be called Octopus Outlaw because he stole my heart.
Oh. My black ink heart.
The black ink, dripping black ink heart.
It's a red heart on YouTube, just saying.
I know, but I like that it's a black ink heart on on here. This is crazy. So you've been have you been posting up videos and stuff of you drawing pages?
I have, but this is I have.
Awesome. Good hell. So if you ever just want to die inside because you can't produce this, like me, I'm just gonna watch you draw and then be like, well, I'm never doing anything again. It's just too pretty. Holy cow. Okay, audience, I am gonna give you a little bit of a warning. If you have any questions for Jason about Octopus Cowboy #1, I need you to post them in the chat. Sai, do you have any questions or points or anything?
This better get funded.
Yes. Agreed. You're at 62%. Like this isn't impossible, guys. That is not an impossible goal to reach.
There are books that I'm interested in, like wow, this is such a right up my alley with sci-fi and cyborgs and shit like that. And then there are books that are just fucking fun. They look fun. I want to hold it in my hand. I want to read it. Yes. I want to see if it's as endearing kind of as I think it's going to be. I mean, I know that he goes through some shit, so I'm not expecting a kid's story or anything like that, but I got it. I need the payoff. I need to know what happens to him.
Look at Eric McIntyre, original art, where it be. I'm telling you.
So a lot of our audience and a lot of people a lot of our audience, a lot of people beyond that are people that bid really nicely on auctions that we run quarterly. So they are not afraid to drop a couple $100s on a campaign
that has really good art.
Exactly.
If they can hold an original piece. That's one of the things that why we mention it is because we know we have people in our audience like Nefarious, Corvenus, Eric that love original art. Apex wants to know, does the octopus make it with the ladies?
Not on this issue.
Not in this issue. Jason, I agree. So Jason's saying you definitely need to hit more streams. Wholeheartedly agree, because I think that the problem that you are maybe hitting upon is that no one else could really pitch this for you, because if you're like, it's an amazing book about an octopus riding a horse, everyone's gonna think that we're all high and insane. But then when you look at it and you see like the creator, you hear you talk about it and you see the art, and it's like, okay, no, this is really good. Like this is not hokey. This is not like, somehow you made it work, and I don't know how, it's some kind of weird black magic witchcraft, but I love it. And I want it for sure.
So read this chat. No, it's true.
Yeah,
It's
Eric
true for
McIntyre.
him. It's true for him.
Yep.
I can scroll up and find Nefarious. It's true
Yep.
for him.
Oh, Nefarious has bought a ton of original art. We have a lot of
Probably
people.
10 grand worth of original art in the last.
I have
4 months.
pencils on my original art. I don't ink over the pencils. If I would probably get vellum, but my original art would be just pencils.
That sells. That still
It-
sells.
Even though, okay.
Yeah.
Throw it up on the campaign. What's the worst thing that can happen? It doesn't
Exactly.
sell.
Yeah, if they're pages that you are finished with and you're okay letting go,
Oh yeah.
like it's not something that you're like, oh gosh, I really want to keep this. Like,
Oh, do I want to sell the original artwork of Octopus Cowboy, the first one ever, original
Yes.
art, physical that I did in 16 years? In 16 years, I haven't had an original artwork.
well, and
Physical
that's the thing is the worst that could happen is you put it up on the campaign and it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
The best that can happen is you put it up on the campaign and you get funded.
Mm.
I mean, it's really not that bad. And look at this. Eric McIntyre says pencils work. I bought 5 pages of pencils off of Rod Looper. We had Rod Looper who does Black Tiger Hidden Dragon
Ooh,
for yeah, right?
That's-
So we
that's a
had
good book.
we had him on. We had an auction just for his art. We had done an auction just for him, and almost everything that he had was pencils. He had a couple of things that he had inked. For the most part, almost everything he had was pencils. He sold so well.
Thousands
Awesome.
of
So
dollars.
well because it was gorgeous art. This is gorgeous art. This will sell. I guarantee it. So if you're okay with letting pages go, get a good snapshot of that and be like, you get this and the book. And if you do those two together, definitely gonna sell because people are gonna want. I mean, you could even do it where you could get this and you can add on the book if you wanted to and just make the book an add-on so people could pick their cover. Because you have some people who've probably already backed who are maybe like, I don't need another book, but I definitely want the page.
Yeah.
So that gives people kind of that flexibility and option, but putting up original art can do nothing but help. And if you've already got some of it done, then it's already done work. It's not going to take time from the campaign. It'll just take a little extra care when you ship. Like, that's not a big deal.
Yeah, and it would be a separate shipment also because the book is so much smaller and it's so it makes sense to add it as a tier.
Yeah. See, and look, Eric is saying your art is very good, top tier. We will buy it. And Eric isn't someone who's like, we will buy it, the royal we. Like, Eric is saying, I want to buy your artwork, but you have to offer it so I
He and the
can.
person inside my head will buy it.
Corvinus, me too. See, Corvinus and Eric love original art on campaigns. It's one of their favorite things to get. So, like I said, wholeheartedly throw it up there. If it doesn't sell, it doesn't
It's
sell.
free money.
Exactly. See,
Free money.
and you got Sumo. I bought pencils off of Shelby's first 94 campaign. It's because people want a piece of the history and they want to help support you, and you're getting something that came from your hand on a really gorgeous looking IP. And what happens when 10, 15, 20 years down the line, this becomes a major thing and you get to turn around and go, I have pencils from the first issue.
Yeah.
That's what people want to do. And that's why people are like,
Exactly.
this is going to do well. I want to get in on the ground floor. So I wholeheartedly recommend putting some up.
Yeah, every single backer, every single person, all of us that's on this ground floor, I hope we get to years into the future and just say, oh my God, this is where it started. And the
Yes.
story and everything works. That's what I'm working towards, really.
Hey,
Well,
Shae,
and that's what we all want to
Octopus-
help you get to.
Octopus Cowboy cartoon like Invincible.
Oh my gosh. Holy shit. And it would be so bloody too.
It would.
Oh my gosh. It'd be amazing.
He just reaches over and rips off someone's head with one of his.
It'd be great. I would love it. I would watch it for sure. Yeah, see, and Sumo agrees with me, says Shae is right. We can only have so many copies of the same book with a different cover. but the original art, that's original.
That's not another book.
That isn't another book. That is a handmade piece of history that you get to put up on your wall.
And like I said, I haven't drawn comics in a while, and I didn't have paper. I didn't have my drawing board. I bought a new table. I bought new supplies, new paper, everything.
Yeah.
So I was looking at the campaign. I was like, might not hit that goal. Might not. And I said, I better get prepared. If anything, I can keep it and set it in the future. So.
Well, and that's the thing. What I will say, if the world implodes and you don't manage to fund, because I'm telling you, if you don't fund, I'm going to start imploding things. If something happens and you don't fund, please relaunch. Okay?
I can?
Yes.
I thought.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay. So this is how this works. If you don't fund, worst case scenario, okay? You don't fund. You take yourself 30 days, 60 at max. Okay. Do a new mailing list. Say, I know we didn't make it the first time. I'm taking some of the lessons I learned on the first campaign, talking with a couple of people. We're going to do this right the second time. I'm very confident we're going to make our goal. Get some of that original artwork up there from the start. Get some of those other little bits and pieces in there. Push your date out a little bit if you got to, no problem. And relaunch on a show. Go live on a show. Like Red Valkyrie. Hint, hint.
Hint.
Let us launch you.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I'm being serious. We will absolutely do a launch stream for you. If it doesn't fund.
Yeah, look at what Jason says here, and we've seen this happen.
It took Bric-a-Brac 3 times, and the thing is, Bric-a-Brac is an adorable looking Christmas story. The first one took him 2 tries. The second one took him 3, and it's just sometimes you hit at the wrong time of year, you hit in the wrong market where there's an oversaturation of a specific genre, and either you're not hitting it or you are hitting it and everyone's sick of it.
Yeah.
There's so many factors that can play into this because it's a big open network that you're hitting. So if you don't, and I can tell you exactly right now, if you don't fund, it's simply because people didn't know it was out.
Yep.
And anyone who heard about it and didn't see it. Because hearing about it, it's ridiculous. Seeing it, it is gorgeous.
Yeah, sometimes it's just one click away, finding out all about it, and a little bit of time to read over.
And see, Mr. Von Stugel he's got a good point. The Replicator has created a crowdfunding document to try and help people with setting up Indiegogos and getting all that kind of stuff out there. That's what we do. We help people get things set up. We help people improve their campaigns. We help people get eyes on it. If you have questions, if you have problems, whatever, you let us know. We are more than happy to help you because Cy and I are, at this point, deeply invested in really wanting this book out. Yeah, like Jason says, there's all of them Octopus Westerns out there right now. You're such an ass, Jason. Yeah. And Eric is very right. All of the different platforms you can go on. Have you gone on Publishing Pete Samedi's?
Or Bancroft?
I haven't. Bancroft, yes.
So Pete Samedi does open mic nights on Mondays.
Yeah.
So in 2 days he's gonna do it.
Is it 2 days? Okay.
Try to get on. Yeah, it's Saturday right now for us.
But I'm in the Philippines, so it's Sunday here.
Yeah. Try to get on with Pete Samedi. He normally does it. I want to say he starts at 8 usually.
Yeah.
But yeah, try to get on with him. Pete has a huge audience and he is one of the nicest guys out there, and he would love this. He would love to see this on to be able to help promote it out and everything. Sumo's right, 15 days will go by very quick, so trying to get on as many of these shows as you can. Get on chill streams like Topic Lists goes between Unhinged Entertainment and Death Metal Heroes channels every Tuesday. Come hang out with us on Topic List. You can work on your artwork and bullshit with us, but people will get to know you, and we'll talk a little bit about Octopus Cowboy and see if we can't get people to filter over there that way. It's not just going on streams where all you do is talk about the book. You can go on streams to talk about anything because people are investing as much in you as they are into your IP. But
people want to spend money on creators they can get in touch with and relate to nowadays more than ever because of the other options out there.
Yeah,
the mainstream being as they are.
Absolutely.
Pete's, Alterna, I love his company, love Pete Samati, been following him and seeing what happened to him. All this stuff. That's why I'm here also, so.
Well, and Pete's a great guy. So like Eric's saying, on Pete's Monday open mic night, it's a 5-minute elevator pitch. So
okay, I'll go there.
You just get your artwork up there, you give your elevator pitch, it's gonna sound ridiculous, you're gonna show the artwork, it's gonna be amazing, everyone's gonna flip out. And yep, Jason says Luke has a new book, Who Dis. You can definitely go hang out on Death Metal Heroes channel and do new book Who Dis, and he'll go over everything again and try to get different eyes on it. The point is really just getting out there, because there's a lot of people that stream on Saturday nights. So there's some people that aren't going to see this, that'll just end up missing it altogether. There's people that will see it, but they'll see it on replay in like 3 or 4 days. But there's also people that go to Death Metal Heroes channel because he's got a blue mohawk and he does a sing-along of Doom, and people think it's fucking awesome, and they hang out there more than they hang out here. So you're gonna get there's a lot of like cross, but there's also a whole lot of outskirts for each channel, and being able to hit as many of them as you can is kind of what you got to do to get the word out there as much as possible. Yeah, and it's basically everyone's just saying like this, it has to get funded. Leroy, great channel to check out. What is up, Tug? How are you doing, sir? It's great to see you.
Guy.
Yes. So Tug, if you haven't seen this book, go back this book. It is fucking amazing. It is insane. Like, just okay. I'm scrolling back up.
I'm starstruck.
Look at this. That alone. Back it for that alone. But no, this is gorgeous. It is so amazing. The global frequency. So Neff. Yes. Yes, Tug. Thank you. Fantastic.
Love him.
Oh, so happy that Tug dropped in. We love having you here, man. And definitely back it, because holy crap, it deserves it. Global Frequency, so that's Nefarious. They do fantastic stuff and interviews. Highly recommend getting on their channel.
I've done Wise Guys, Global Frequency.
Okay. Have you done Joe?
No, not yet.
Try hitting up Joe, hit up Ott and stuff. There's so many different channels you can go on, but just trying to get out to as many as possible is kind of key, because like I said, we heard about this while on Topic List, I believe, talking with Matt randomly, and he was like, have you heard about the Octopus Cowboy? And I was like, those aren't words that go together. You don't make sense. How drunk are you? And then, here we are, because it's phenomenal. Thank man. See, and just like McGee says, so many damn streams. There are always so many streams on Saturdays, but whatever. We're the better one, obviously. Unless Tug is doing something, and then I'm not going to say I'm better than Tug with his, like, bajillion D subscribers. All right, Cy, do you have anything else that you want to throw in?
Back it now.
Cy's going to cut people. Like, y'all think this is the joke.
I want it, and create an add-on.
Yes.
I need to wait for her to buy it so I can get it.
I definitely did back it, but now I have to go check, because I gotta make sure I backed it at the right tier.
Okay.
And
thank you.
And I'm probably gonna back it again.
Campaign as it is, yeah, it's not back. But my God, for somebody who just started, just really practically started, 12 YouTube followers. Like I had like less than 20 Twitter followers. I had no social media presence. I said, gotta knock out that artwork. The story the story's there, but the artwork is instant. It's gonna hit you, okay? So I gotta do that really well. The story, haven't read it yet, so when the book comes out, that's when it'll hit you. Can't really talk it up too much, but the concept is there.
Awesome. All right, and by the way, 3827 now.
Oh,
So you're now at
Yes.
63%. And
Thank you.
you have 77 backers, so you've jumped 3 backers since we
Awesome.
last looked, which is fucking epic.
we'll get there. We'll get there. It'll get funded.
Oh my gosh, the puns are just back it, folks. It's going to be an armful of fun.
Chock full of
Look
puns.
at that. Sumo says definitely backing. Just going to see if you add any art tiers. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. So you got about 3 people that are waiting for
If
art
I
tiers.
do add it, it's gonna be separate, and the shipping will be separate anyway, so it won't
Okay.
interfere with these tiers. So if you want to back it, go ahead.
Okay. So you would do them completely different. So if you want the book, you can get the book, and then we will twist Jason's arm to get him to put some original art up, and so
Yeah,
you guys
yeah.
can get some. It's gotta happen. It's gotta happen. Everybody wants it. Look at you, like you're debating so hard right now.
I am because I haven't drawn in 16 years, and I want to keep it.
You want to keep
Like-
all of it?
Do I really want to sell this one? I'm like, what about this one?
I'm just saying.
I haven't sold an original art piece in like ever. Do you know that? And I
But
go
then
to
you
my,
could sell one now, and that would
you know,
be
I go to my
amazing.
storage. I got stacks of it, stacks of
Is it an
original art.
octopus?
I haven't sold a thing. No, it's just other
Okay,
DC
then.
comic stuff, Image comic stuff, and you know.
So here's
Crusade stuff.
here's the thing. Okay. You could put it in storage and keep it and just know that you have it. Right? Or you could sell it where
I'll
someone
sell
is
one.
gonna proudly
Okay, I'll
hang
sell.
it
I'll
on their
sell
wall.
it. I'll sell it.
I'm just
I
saying.
will.
And it can help
need-
it'll help you get to funded, which is the important thing is being
What did
able
I
to
do
do
for-
this.
I did that. My own creator-owned art, co-creator owned. It's called Retro Rocket.
Oh, look at that. Hold on, I gotta get the spinny logo out. There you go.
Yeah. I did that with Tony Bedard, 4 issues.
Wow. That is awesome, man.
I've been
Oh,
around.
goodness. Yep, see,
Been around.
this is what Jason says all the time. He says the stacks aren't doing anything but collecting dust. The person who buys it will hang it and you'll have the money.
You know, I was looking through it, and I there was one with the credits page. And it's like, I worked with Geoff Johns. Like, I didn't even
When
know
did
who
I
that guy
do
was.
that?
Yeah, when did I do that? I'm like, what? All right.
Oh
And
my
you know, it's like the
gosh.
lettering. The lettering is like little pieces of paper cut out from copy paper. You know, just that's how the lettering was done. Then it's awesome to look at stuff like that.
Refresh.
Everything is digital nowadays, and the lettering also. So
And
cool.
refreshing. 3862. You are
Nice.
going up.
Doris,
See-
hi.
Yeah. Yeah, what about it,
DC?
DC?
I freelanced a few books. I was guest penciler on just a few books. I did Supergirl with Peter David.
Oh.
Some Hour Man, some is it Secret Files?
Sell some
Birds of
Supergirl.
Prey. I did
Sell
a
some
JLA annual.
Supergirl.
Sell some Supergirl.
Yeah.
Yeah, the good Supergirl.
Sai is
Few more,
that's
forgot.
Sai's favorite character.
Ah,
Is
yeah.
Supergirl.
I did one. An issue here and there. That's
Thank you, Todd.
Thank
Tug.
you so much, Tug.
dude. Love your channel.
Yes. Thank
And
you so much.
This is awesome.
Shae and I
Love him.
wrench for Tug, and Tug drops by from time to time. He's a great dude. Love him and
Yes.
his family.
Yes, they're amazing. Look at Apex. You could sell that Jeff Johns piece. I like Supergirl. Eric?
Oh my god.
Eat shit, Eric. It's mine.
Just
We're
draw
gonna-
separate.
I'll fucking knife you.
Yeah, just draw a new one.
You know that people do that as well on their campaigns, right? Is especially if you've had a history of drawing stuff like that before, you do up a fan art and sell that instead of selling your originals that you don't want to sell from the actual campaign.
Can I sell somebody else's originals so I can keep mine? No. Okay.
You can
By the way.
can make a new original.
Yeah, I'll make a new one.
Am I refreshing again?
Mm-hmm.
39.74.
Oh my god, dude!
Yeah, there you go.
Awesome.
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 It deserves it though. It really does. So this is fantastic. I really, really hope you get funded soon. Tug saved Octopus Cowboy. Tug is a comic skating troll. Oh shit.
We're the ones with wings, you bastards.
I was like, we're over here flapping away. I see how
Why
it is.
would you?
It's fine.
Why would you want to work in mainstream comics? Look how much fun this is. And
This
there's
is
like
way better.
yeah, and I chose this because there's also a bit of a small business element to it that you're so in touch with everybody, just everybody.
Oh yeah.
And I don't go in this. I don't. My God, I'm so nervous when I go to streams. Also, and it just gets me
Aw.
out of my shell. Also,
Well,
So it's
you're
It's good.
super fun to talk to, man. Like you definitely should. You should hit up more streams because this is awesome. Even just coming and hanging out, man. Like we
Thanks.
do chill streams every Friday. Like I said, topic list is every Tuesday. You are welcome.
is it the same
anytime.
link?
So our channel.
Oh yeah, I can just ask. Yeah, I'll just ask.
Yeah.
can just
If
ask.
our channel on Friday nights, we usually start between 8 or 8:30. The first 30 minutes is members, and then after that, it's anyone who wants to click on the link. So we normally post it in the chat. I'll add you to my list of people that I directly DM to try and bully you into it.
Definitely.
Oh my god.
Jason,
look at
where's that
Tug.
original artwork? Where is it?
Damn it,
The
Tug,
hell
you
you
are
say,
so
Tug.
sweet. You all deserve the credit you platform. Everyone try to help. I just get drunk and stumble into chats. We love you though, Tug.
I'll get drunk
You're
with
one
you.
of our favorites.
Even if you are a 6'7" monster.
You're just intimidated because that's a foot taller than you.
Shae had to go.
Uh-oh.
Shae,
Uh-oh.
the tall, freaky tall, 6 inches taller than me tall, had to go.
Oh, so cute. All right, Jason, is there anything else that you want to plug about this before we wrap? Because I don't know if you noticed, we've been going for almost an hour and 10 minutes.
Oh, cool.
Right? Isn't it? It just went
yeah.
fast.
Yeah, just follow me on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Just look up Free Focus Comics. FREEFOCUS. That's it.
Yes.
And his
Thank
Twitter
you.
is in the description.
Yes, it is. Yes,
Back
it
the
is.
book.
And back the book.
Back it.
Back the book. Yes, Luke. Sai is still sad about being a tiny little thing.
I'm timing out, Luke.
Don't you dare! All right, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Jason, you have been phenomenal. I am so happy
you.
that we got you on. 14 days left, 66% of goal. This has to get funded. It has to. It has. Shae will burn shit if we don't get funded. I'm just saying.
Mostly herself.
Probably. Yeah, it'll probably be me and the things that I own. But let's get it funded. I don't want to commit arson. Alex, thank you so much for hanging out with us and doing all the things that you do.
Nothing.
Oh, shut up. And Jason, you have been phenomenal. We appreciate you. Thank you, everyone in the chat who has backed and everyone who has been hanging out. Tweet this
All
out
the
to
puns.
the wins.
Yes, like it, share it, buy it, all the things. Bye.